In this video, we're going to go over the exact pricing structure of OpenAI so that you know how much you would be spending per month for a GenAI solution. Let's get started. So I have the pricing structure down here, but before I go into these details here, if I just explain this right now, it's not going to make sense why we're doing it this way. So let me give you a little bit of rundown of how LLMs work, and I promise you it's super simple. So let's just take an example, and let's say that one of your customers, employees, whoever asks the question, how can AI help my business, right? So at this point, like we're going to ChatGPT or an equivalent chatbot and just entering in this phrase right here. What's going to happen in the backend is that this input phrase here is going to get converted into numbers. And the reason why is because just like how computers only understand numbers, LLMs also only understand numbers. They're running on computers, right? So the process of going from phrase, word, English, to numbers is called tokenizations. And each individual number here is called a token, right? And so to kind of drive this point home here, let me just show you. I have the same phrase over here. And if I go to text here, how can AI help my business? Notice how each word is highlighted, right? And each different color represents a different token. So if I go to token IDs here, how is represented by 4438, can is represented by 649, and so on, right? So it's not a one-to-one thing. Like if I type in like dissatisfied, hopefully I didn't misspell that. Notice how, and I think there's only one S. Notice how it's two tokens for one word. So that's why if you go on any kind of LLM website, it's not the number of words, it's the number of tokens, because that is the language of an LLM. And in the backend, every single time you click enter, this process of going from phrase, English, or any language to matrix, that's what's kind of going on. So that's how you'll be charged. So this over here is going to represent your input tokens. And that represents, if you go on the OpenAI website, there's input tokens over here. The output tokens, very similar story. The response you get back, what's going to happen in the backend is that the LLM is going to actually spit out some numbers. And then from there, those numbers are converted into words, which is what you see when you get a response from ChatGPT. So those are the output tokens. I hope that makes sense. It's pretty simple. And so now when we go to pricing here, right? If I have the question, how can AI help my business? Right? All you have to do if you want to figure out how much it's going to cost you for the input side is just put that in the tokenizer. I'll have this in the description. Put this in the tokenizer and look at the number of tokens that it's using, because that is how you're priced, right? If I go on to the documentation for GPT-4o, it's $5 per million tokens. So if I use that formula, that cost structure, for 7 tokens, if I just use this cost structure over here, right? It's just simple multiplication, then I'm going to get 400,000 of a dollar, right? Like I don't know the exact thing, but that's how much you'd be paying just for the input side. And there's the output side as well. On the output side, we have Apply GPT can help you with that. Of course, we can. Hey guys, real quick, if you're interested in using AI to help your business save time and make more money, my company Apply GPT helps you do just that. I'm going to put my links down below, and enjoy the video, guys. But the number of tokens here, if I just copy paste this, right, to really drive this point home, is 9 tokens, right? And the period is its own token. Keep that in mind. So this is 9 total tokens, and I use the same, unit formula method of going $15 is 1 million tokens. So then per token, it's like 1 over 15 over 1 million, which kind of comes down to 0.00135, right? And so when I add these two together, I get 2,000 of a dollar. That's how much I would be paying if that is the input and output. So that is how pricing is determined. So if you want to figure out how much your cost structure is going to be, right, based on your use case, let's say that you're going to be using a document for every single input, like some kind of proprietary document that contains your SOPs or something like that. You would just copy paste that SOP document in here, and then you're also going to copy paste the question that a typical user would ask. And then what I would recommend, so that's your input tokens, right? Obviously take note of this number, and then put that into ChatGPT, get a response back, put that response into here again, and that'll be your output tokens, and then use this pricing structure over here to figure out what the total cost will be. Like, it's pretty simple, right? And keep in mind that, this is just for one interaction. Obviously, your users will be kind of going back and forth, asking follow-up questions, so accordingly adjust it. But that's the high-level strategy in terms of figuring out how much an OpenAI solution would cost you, like let's say per month, per user, per period, whatever that may be. Hopefully this was useful. If you have any questions, comment down below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.